On this week's Facility Friday, we are highlighting Mary Baldwin's University's MBU tennis facility located in Staunton, Virginia. The facility features 7 lighted courts. 4 courts are located behind the Tollage Hall dormitory. The courts are in close proximity to the softball field, SMA Worth Soccer Field, and Physical Activity Center. Men and women's head coach Chris Stanball tells how the tennis facility was built on a foundation of love.
You can just point at a place where this is where dreams began. So you can see what steps were made to try to make as good a tennis team as possible and represent the sport within our institution as nicely and as in such a shiny way. She had a real passion for the sport. So do I, and the way the courts are and everything, you can see there's a lot of love put into that in the original concept, and so to today it's still there. I mean, we have even the courts, the way the trees are, the way there's backboards to hit against, and not a lot of tennis courts are built with permanent backboards. These are concrete walls. So there was a lot of thought put in. So we have everything you need. I mean, anything you want to be a good tennis player, you want to really put out your heart and soul on our tennis courts, it's right there for you.
Louis Blackburn Bryan was a longtime coach of Mary Baldwin Tennis and led the program to 20 consecutive winning seasons from 1968 to 1988, including 5 undefeated seasons. For most of her career, she directed the Mid-Atlantic Lawn Tennis Association Championships that were hosted at the Mary Baldwin Tennis Facility. She was inducted into the ITA Women's Tennis Hall of Fame in 1997. A plaque commemorating her career is located on the courts.
I'm sure she designed these tennis courts because they've held up to today. I mean, the way that they're laid out, the way it is, the way it sets in our campus. People can watch from the way you can watch it from, the sight lines, where the crowd sits. I mean, all that stuff was planned out pretty precisely back then, and it holds up today. The courts are in terrific shape, and then there were lights put on. I mean, she had lights put on, so those light poles and the fences and everything are from the 80s, but they're still in solid shape today. So just from back then till now, you got to do things like change the light bulbs and reconfigure the lights because they get moved around with the wind, and sometimes. So we got it all back to where it should be. That's about it. But it's a very nice place to play tennis. It's a very nice facility.
Continue to follow the USA South as we showcase facilities across the conference each Friday this year.